completion there stops the clock. Any surprise or throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
It's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
On to get us started now, the kicker Chris Boswell. And we are underway from Cincinnati.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on. We know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top? He's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
No gain on the play. It's now
from the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard.
That's bad.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the
so
play.
After the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 47-yard line.
This one grabbed by A.J. Green. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
That's good. We're on Cincinnati.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd down, Burrow out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengals TD. It's T. Higgins with a touchdown pass from Joe Burrow. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive.
You know, as a head coach, you can't hide everything from your team. They know that people think that they're not supposed to be on the field with them. So they designed a heck of a game plan, didn't they? Nice fast start, get out after them, and maybe let everyone know that they're here to compete.
And get this home crowd behind them early as well.
Yeah, that's a huge part of it, isn't it? Because if you get the home crowd involved, sometimes you can ride that wave, and that gives you a little added pep.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Off play action, he'll throw to start the drive. And oh, right away, he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down.
He was wide
And
open.
that's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. And he will have a Steelers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
First down.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
A gain of 10. First down, Pittsburgh.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. It's Logan Wilson there to bring him down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Now it's Roethlisberger. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Now Roethlisberger. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. The sack by Marcus Hunt. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit.
Now being hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
Carl Russell. Joe Burrow sacked.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now it's Burrow. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 41-yard line. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Jesus.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. The green with a catch left side. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 25-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. They'll run on first down. Bernard. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Extra point up and good by Bullock, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
Randy Bullock to kick.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. On second down, Samuels. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A gain of 5. First down, Steelers.
Now Ben going to give this one to counter. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Sam Hubbard.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On second and 9, Roethlisberger. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron.
Roethlisberger.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
A gain of 9.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On second and 11 now. Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Third down.
Now Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards. Mixon with a first down carry.
Jesus.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Open man is Higgins. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 15 yards on the play. First down.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw?
Oh, my God.
Right on the money.
I cannot
puts
run
it right
today.
in there and on his hands. Nice completion. Really
I'm just
good
going to
pickup.
pass all day. I cannot
They're
run.
lined up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a second and 14. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On the crossing route, complete. That's Green. Continuing to steadily move the ball down the field. Not big play after big play, but these moderate gains getting him first downs.
And you know what they add up to, right? If you continue that pace and you continue to move it downfield, they add up into 6 points. That's exactly what you're looking for.
And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. 53 yards. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
I doubt this.
A reminder coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coden. And he's in. Touchdown.
Surprising.
Bengals. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
Lining up for the
So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Johnson was the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Third down and 10 yards to go.
On the counter, it's Connor, and he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Erickson now to return. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. And heading back out there, Giovanni Bernard getting ready to go again. And the good news, his team's winning. The bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the second quarter.
And a lot of that is pride because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
He probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward. 15 yards on the play, first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He's going to air it out deep. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 17.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. C.J. Uzomah there to make the grab. And the Bengals add on to their lead.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Bullock good on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, and this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
James Conner and the Steelers ready to get their next drive going. He's just been looking for some space. You know, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. To throw again is Roethlisberger. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger, open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This from 54 yards away. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
That keeps the score.
All right, time for a
Bengals
cigarette.
28, Steelers 3.
And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
10.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman, an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3.
Randy Bullock to kick off for Cincinnati.
The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
Johnson the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. Now it's Roethlisberger. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it.
What the?
And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line.
At their own 11-yard line.
I was none of my
So
guys
here are
back
the
there.
Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
I think this is where you have to have the term situational football in your head because this game is pretty much in the palm of your hand, and the one thing you can't afford to do, turn the ball over. Now you've given the patient a little bit of a heartbeat, haven't you? And now they're feeling it, and they're back in this game.
Yeah, still a little bit of a lead, but that makes things more interesting. We're still just in the 3rd quarter here. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is down to 28-10.
Boswell to kick
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Taken in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
their own 24-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. That's taken in by Higgins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in his performance.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
At the 44-yard line.
He's going to drop this one down to Bernard. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
It's a gain of
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Burrow getting this into the hands of Higgins. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
16-yard line.
Again, it's Burrow. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. That catch good for only a couple. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Football's such a game of tendencies, down and distance, and on 3rd and inches, 3rd and 1, you think, man, the fullback's probably going to get the ball, but when you...
And he'll take this into the end zone from Bengal TD. Giovanni Bernard, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Randy Bullock to kick off.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown.
Okay, so you guys are going to start playing?
Chase Claypool, 73 yards. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Brandon Wilson on the return. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Cincinnati set to take over once again. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Oh, that was dangerous.
For Tyler Boyd.
Threw it into coverage, almost picked.
It was dangerous.
But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down.
Yard line.
Now this throw caught left side. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
So they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the Jets sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
T. Higgins was the intended target, and it's 3rd and 4. Now it's Burrow. And that will will be incomplete.
Are you
The
serious?
time look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Zach Taylor, a new breed of head coach. He's going to go for it on 4th down. And down inside the 15 he goes. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
Incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. C.J. Uzomah, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Randy Bullock to kick off for Cincinnati.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
On the return. The Steelers take over 1st and 10. At their
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
Get out of here.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. There's Sam Hubbard that time in there to bring him to the ground. The decision that time was to keep it, and not a great one. Once he got out right with the football, there was just nowhere to go.
And I felt bad for his offensive line there because their job is to create creases.
Now big hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of
Joe
bad
Burrow
news on
is
that
not
play
sacked.
for them,
I don't
wasn't
know
there?
what they're
lost the
talking
football,
about.
lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them. It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Here's Jordan Berry now. He's been terrific so far. Here comes Erickson. What's up? All told, that a 55-yard punt with a net of 40 after the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Green with a catch left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Bengals 1st down. 1st and
that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
42.
Now Burrow on 1st down. Green's got it over the middle. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
1st down.
Pass him this.
Quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. Yeah, the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. To the air again, Burrow. The quick slant caught. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
I am blowing them
Burrow with a
away.
touchdown connection to Tyler Boyd. And this offense continues to pour it on. Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last
this
time
game
we saw
is
them
pretty
play
much
this
over at
loose
this
and have
point.
this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game,
That's a
carry
bad
it with them
kick.
from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big gain.
Ebron with it over the middle. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And the Steelers on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
And the Steelers first down.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Ebron caught left side.
Roethlisberger's pass
5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
brings up 3rd and inches.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
And yes, everyone, that was the fullback carrying the football. I know it's a dying breed, it's a dying position for a lot of people, but I still think it's valuable and important, especially one who can carry the ball.
And you need short yardage. What makes sense? Go to a big body, let him plow forward just like he did there.
It's still a big man's game.
It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
On 2nd down, it's Connor, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger, and it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
4th down.
They're going to run. Here's Connor, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Touchdown.
A 6-yard touchdown run. run. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit.
And while no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should be credited with this one. Tremendous blocking to get the runner into the end zone.
And his kick is right through. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. Now it's Wilson. A dangerous return man showing it here.
Brandon Wilson on the return. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Here's A.J. Green as he gets set to go again on offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground, mixing again. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Burrow now off the bootleg. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down.
10 at the 49-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get your reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss. Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense will take over right at midfield.
It's fine,
Good starting field
I already
position
won
for
the
them
game,
here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Okay.
And this will be caught by his big tight end Ebron for a Steeler touchdown.
Touchdown.
Eric Ebron there to make the grab. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
Incomplete.
The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Airing one out for Boyd. It's caught at the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually, actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. C.J. Uzomah.
At this point, it was
There to
standing
make the
inside the injury.
grab. And the Bengals add on to their lead.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Take it in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost.
That one
this
was
is
too
not
easy.
a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
56-31. Yeah, I squashed him on that one.
Explosion help leading them
That's
to
going to do it for this one.
victory.
Until next time, guys.